visit Extended channel. This is the last class I would like to share how to write master and doctorate thesis. My motivation because I'm the master degree supervisor in Guangdong University of Technology in the field of the industrial engineering and management. That is why I prepare a series of the class to share how to write the thesis. I'm using this book, Professor Ch8 is a practical handbook for writing doctorate or master thesis. In his book, there are separate introduction, problem identification, literature review, innovation idea, research methodology, research result, conclusion, and reference. So it is the last class. We'll talk about how to write the conclusion and reference. And in here, separate the four topics is a preliminary, body, conclusions and remarks, and reference. Thesis structure is no standard method. It depends on your supervisor and your purpose. However, there are three key purposes. First, for researcher, it demonstrates your whole research process and result. For the reader, it assists the reader to understand your research study and purpose. For thesis itself, it shows a good arrangement of the thesis of your study. So in the preliminary, you have the title page, title, what is degree, what department, offer year, etc. And then you declaration page, you need to declare all your own work is original from your research work. It's not copycat. C is an acknowledgement page with friends who help your research both materially and spiritually. Usually your supervisor, your family member. And then you go to the abstract and the keyword list. Usually your abstract is 300 words. My thesis range is 300 to 850 words in my free thesis. Content fixture and table list. You have the table of content, list of table, and list of the figures in the separate by chapter. And introduction, research motivation, purpose, scope, literature review, and methodology. I need to mention. Okay, you talk about body. Inside the body, your literature review. You need to review your hypothesis and storyline, identify the missing or insufficient part, and identify advantage and reason for your research. So you can identify some innovative idea after your literature review. And then in this body, you need to write down your research approach and methodology. It is one of the most important parts that include methodology and theoretical model. It demonstrates how ridiculous of your research. The major body of contribution, if there are a few chapters, it had better one chapter with one new point. It's a more focus on your innovation idea. The key point that a researcher need to explain in your chapter, in your key product, how you will come to find this key point, and what is the impact. Conclusion is described discovery and its implication. Research is like a study few trees and then inference the nature of forests because the tree live under the ecosystem. So the scope of conclusion should match the introduction content. Is in beginning and end is that correlated. Evidence-based conclusion is significant. And then at the end, you need to have the perspective. What is the perspective? Some suggestion to future of this field of study, such as application or practical. Or sometimes you write down your limitation to add at the end after conclusion for future study. The reference usually comes at the end of the thesis, your essay, your research report, etc., and should contain only those words cited within the context. So use the term reference to cover the word cited and additional bibliography to refer to the words with as a general background. In your reference list generally contain only source you have cited in text in your assignment. Both reference and bibliography must be in algebraic order, and each entry must be laid out in the strict order sequence. It is one example is my research paper in the Journal of the Hong Kong Institute of Engineering, talking about case study we ran of the engineering course and student feedback on the online teaching mode during the COVID-19, and have a name, year, title, journal name, journal volume, day on page. It's a journal format. Bibliography is another list of reference. It's a book or text. So I have to use some. It's a similar logic as the alphabetical order and must be laid out in the strict order sequence. It's another book. The Chinese book but use angle presentations and authors, year, title, which chapter, and publication, publica. It is in Chinese. Okay, now I'm sure the conclusion and referencing in my MPhil thesis. So in the cover page, you have the conclusion, separate, and limitation and recommendation. In the introduction, also deposition and ring also first. And I need to identify the objective. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 objective. In the conclusion, it match in the introduction of an objective. So during the conclusion, I have different part and match my objective. And the reference, some key reference I point out, and during your writing, you have a different conference paper or short paper. In my thesis, it's a conference abstract. And also my short paper published before my undergraduate 1996. My second master degree is MSc dissertation for indoor air quality, and have a discussion and conclusion. Another type is write together. Some people will separate, but it is more skill dissertation. I will write it together. So in the introduction, I introduced indoor air quality in Hong Kong and identify the objective in the 3 objective here. And at the end, we will write down our limitation and recommendation. So in our conclusion, and the study can correspond to this table is summary of the all result corresponding to the objective. And some publication, and it is my supervisor at CD and many his publication related indoor air quality in Hong Kong. And then have some preliminary conference paper I have published. And during the study, I'm also publishing another paper using my MPhil study and the new technique I learned during the MS course for GIS technique, and I'm writing another conference paper for COVID 2000 to present. So in my end-stop thesis, conclusion should correlate to the introduction and aim and objective. So they are correlate from conclusion and our research aim, the objective and scope. An overall conclusion and comment on validated the model and implementation and got the certification from HKQA. It is a very good verification. And during the reference, I'm also referencing my conference paper step by step, and it is one of conference paper got the best paper award. After implementation, we got the best HKSTP performance award in my company, and also have a publication after that. It's overall the presentation of this conclusion and reference. So I'm finished all class of the how to write master and doctorate thesis. And I'm also promote Professor Troyman's theory extended to solve the contradiction problem, both nature science and social science. So thank you for your attention. I hope you can write your good thesis and get your research degree easily and professionally. Okay, thank you for your attention. See you in next time. Bye.